If you're a friendship group of guys, you will date girls that are similar.
I was doing up supportive husband at the back. I'm like, Ma, this is so corny. Like, what is this?
How could I do this without looking like I'm a sex worker?
Question: when you guys think your circle, is it the boys or the guys?
I include you.
Don't lie to me.
On my life.
It took a completely left turn as to why that video went off.
Yeah.
And it was all about the titties. Yeah. And oh my God.
I cannot be in a relationship if you're not around my friends.
But I think it's different from a guy's perspective. You didn't even think about it, right?
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast.
Yes, indeed.
289, we're back. We've got an hour and 20 minutes roughly to entertain you. Thank
Lying
you for
every
joining
single
us.
week to them.
Hey, man, we're staying close these days.
We're getting close.
30
2 hours.
maximum, you know? Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, share us around. It's no the Baghdaddy.
It's Chief Alassaj in the building, baby.
It's your girl Moeezy.
It's a prince.
Okay.
What's happening?
And today's a fun one. We're going to kick back, chill. It feels like an old friend is back in the building.
Yeah.
So we're going to chat life, chat growth,
Come on.
chat
GPT.
getting rid of our pets when we don't
Getting
like
rid of
them.
our pets. She said, not for the cams.
Divina's here.
Welcome back.
Good to have you back.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
it's great.
It's been
to be
like
back.
2 years.
Girl, 2 years.
2 years
And
since
y'all
you
been
last
busy.
came on.
For real.
Everyone's been
Everyone's
busy.
busy.
Everyone's been busy.
I know, but like, they're full grown adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, okay.
Like, y'all be adulting.
And we're still young.
They're like, all right, we're just young boys over there.
When she came, she was like, you guys are grown. Just looking at them too. Like, we're grown
Well,
too.
well.
You know what kills me now that I think about it? Yeah, the last time you were on, it wasn't because of us, but not long after that, the whole world was looking at you. Do you remember or not? Joe, remember this?
Yeah,
You have to
there's a time
elaborate.
where like,
Oh, yeah, we
you're-
ate from the residuals.
Oh,
of
yeah,
that.
we got residuals. Yeah, we got residuals.
Thanks, Divina.
Thank you so much.
your followers went through the roof as well.
And do you know what's crazy?
How did you handle that? Yeah, good.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy? The things that we were talking about in that podcast, it took a completely left turn as to why that video went off.
Yeah.
And it was all about the titties.
Yeah.
And oh my God. And I told y'all, I was like, I'm swapping my branding. I don't want it to be all about titties anymore. Y'all remember that conversation?
Yeah.
That conversation
Yeah.
had like 90K views. And then I went off and did the freaking thing. And then now it's just.
Did you eat bread from that as well? Like, did Dami
Honestly,
break you
I
off?
was trying to deflect the whole thing.
Yeah,
I was just like, "Ah, please."
Nah.
And everyone be tagging me and so
Goodness
many
me.
It just
YouTube
went
like
off.
review
Review,
like,
commentary, count people like Abba
Commentary,
and
yeah.
Preach, all of that. When I saw it on Abba and Preach, I said, not Divina.
Oh, not the Canadian God.
You know how I know you went so viral was because there was one of your reels that went like, did numbers, whatnot. And I was just looking at it, I was like, oh, who that I know has liked this? One of my cousins in Iraq. And I was like, no way.
That's when you know it's gone around.
Wow.
He was like,
I was like, wow, this is.
Yeah.
It went
numbers.
everywhere. No, it
Wow.
was. It's so annoying because it went everywhere for the wrong reasons. And like it's so funny because everyone's just like, I hope you're okay because like you're getting a lot of hate and like the judgment that came out of that, as opposed to it being almost translating as me knowing my value.
Yes.
It almost came across like that I was arrogant, that I was full of myself. And I'm just like, Raw, you guys aren't seeing it.
Clearly not.
But
got the wrong
okay,
message.
fine.
people just that small clip.
Literally,
People
that's
go
the
around
whole
with it.
clip. That's just like,
Wow.
say my name 4 times. And I was just like, Divina.
remember-
Yeah, do you watch it sometimes? You're
I know, like,
far out, man. Why'd I do this?
It
I remember
is,
when
yeah.
like you actually posted a story. You're like, my followers grown. If you guys think that I'm going to
Yeah.
post,
If you think that this is what you're here
Not
for,
gonna
just like you don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you remember that because I was just like, this is not, because I literally specifically had that conversation with y'all where I'm shifting my my branding,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, it's so good to like lose followers because like
yeah, you said, no, we're
We
here.
don't care.
Wait, so
We're following you, bro.
do you think you were ever like actually leaning into that? And then you went, I'm going to stop leaning into this?
yes,
Yeah, so like you are aware that you were leaning into that for sure. Okay,
for
cool.
sure. Because like, obviously, when you're, I guess, a model for specific type of content, which are a lot of the lingerie photo shoots that I was doing, and getting more gigs along those lines, I was just like, okay, let me see, like, how can I do this without looking like I'm a sex worker.
Yeah.
So I was doing a little bit
It's
more.
hard.
Yeah,
How do you
it's
how
hard.
how can you
It's
actually just
hard,
do that without
exactly.
looking like
And
that?
Either
then-
you lean into it or you don't.
Precisely. And then when I was obviously getting calls from my mother,
Oh, mistake.
she's like, "Why are you doing these photo shoots?" I was like, Mom,
Divina.
I swear.
Jeez.
No, literally. But like, I was like, Mom, I'm getting paid to do these photo shoots. I'm not doing these for free, you know? And she's
'Cause it
just
makes
like,
it better.
obviously.
She said, "You're not even getting paid for this. You're doing this? My daughter."
I actually can't. But as I moved across like more into business and to be taken seriously in that realm, and I saw this with a lot of my friends who wanted to get into business, who wanted to do all these things, but then they're like, I'm the attention that I'm getting aren't the attention that I want. It clicked in my head. I'm like, obviously, the type of branding that you present yourself as, it's clear association. Like if you're associated to sex workers, obviously no one's going to take you seriously in the business realm, right? So I was like trying to shift that perspective, or just trying to shift that I guess the narrative that I have in my branding. And yeah, so when that video came out, I was like, far out, bro. Like now just start
20
from
steps
the
back,
start.
yeah.
Literally, but yeah,
That would have been a very interesting transition as well. Because I mean, we think about it, it's only 2 years ago, which is not a long
That's actually
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, which means that you went from because you were doing a lot of like shoots, modeling,
Yeah.
and then now you transition into more of like a businesswoman,
proper,
and
Being behind
really
the
getting
scenes.
into that, and like because we follow you. I don't think we've seen any like shoots from you at all, or any modeling stuff anymore, right?
Yeah.
What was that transition like?
Or even why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So-
I'm curious about the why more than anything.
more the why I think
We're getting into the juice, by the way. I just wanted to laugh, but we're here now.
Straight into it. Let's
We're
go.
potting.
the why I think I've always been business driven. And I've always had, I guess, ventures along the way. And
Okay.
the last conversation, the main title was, "What do you do?" Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember? And because like you guys were like, "What do you actually do?"
Yeah,
What do you,
yeah,
like, do you
yeah.
do this, you do-" and I was just like, I actually
True.
I took away from that conversation was that I needed to focus on the one thing, because nobody knows me for that one thing.
We're changing
Everybody
lives.
knows me for so many like array of different
Yeah.
I guess talents or whatever it might be, that adventures that I was doing, that nobody, like, you can't associate me to just the one thing. I love that, but I think at the same time, with anybody who is an entrepreneur, you do touch base in all different realms for you to understand what it is that you can actually do,
Yep.
or what it is you actually like to do. So I knew that in that phase of my life, it was just about trialing and testing all of the things that I knew I had interest in. But to really dive deeper into the one thing, it takes a lot more discipline than you think, because we're so very opportunity driven, and we're so like, I feel like each entrepreneur has like this ADHD almost, because it's like the shiny new toy syndrome. So when I got to understand that, holy shit, what am I actually good at? And can I really put energy and focus into that one thing? And to be able to work on and leverage the attention that I have online, if I can't turn that and convert that into its own like a monetary thing, I'm not doing anything right. Like, I'm just flying. I'm just doing all these things and getting
Filling up space.
attention, but there's no conversion aspect to it. So I guess that was the why, is that like, yes, focus on that one thing and then be known for that one thing and get paid for that one thing. And I guess all those couple years that I was working on everybody else's branding, everybody else's videos and da-da-da, now announcing that I have this business and I do videos and all these other things within the creative space, it's people are coming to me just like, oh, I remember that you did this or that. I'd love for you to do that video for us. And like, I'm like, holy shit, like all those years that I've done that, it's almost
not wasted.
compounding. It's
Yeah.
not
It's not
wasted.
wasted.
It's
It's
not
never
wasted, because you almost come front of mind to people. It's just, it's almost like they've been waiting for you to just
They've been waiting for that.
commit to that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Because if you're not front of mind for one thing, I feel like you're losing so many opportunities to leverage on the attention that's there. So I stopped the modeling side of things, because I wanted to be the person behind the camera to create, to ideate, to create those creative concepts, for example, and execute the actual, I guess, direction of a video, as opposed to be the subject that tells that does the things that other people behind the camera is doing.
But you've
You
got
know?
the experience of also being the subject, so now
Correct.
you
You
can bring
know,
that
direct
forward,
that,
which is
Which has been so useful because whenever I'm in shoots, right, I'm able to direct the model or whoever the subject is to be more comfortable in front of the camera because I know what that feels like in front of the camera, and I'm able to see it from all points, and that's another reason why I think it's good to try all these other things. To have this holistic point of view almost. Yeah.
That's dope. That's an interesting
that
change,
really
like to do it
is.
successfly and actively like working it out as well,
I mean,
figuring it out
honestly,
still.
when you're doing it, you don't feel like
It's successful.
it's just like you're aiming, you're
You're just doing it.
Yeah.
But like, there's almost no like I think I remember this conversation that we had in that first podcast as well. You're like, I feel like I've been successful in doing this thing, but I'm like, how do you know you're successful?
Yeah.
Right? How do you know? Is there
Like, what's the benchmark? What's the markers that we kind of use for this type of stuff? Yeah.
But it's just like trialing, doing, and then just seeing, I guess, taking away from that experience and then like really reflecting what it is that you actually learned, as opposed to like getting outside validation as to how well you're doing. It's just like knowing that, man, I've learned that from another situation that I went through, and those lessons kind of reappear in other situations that come up in the future.
Look at that growth, man. What was
Serious
this?
growth.
I'm curious, like, all right, so obviously you're in this, at the time you're kind of getting typecasted in a way in the type of work that you're in and the people that you're around, whatnot. And then you decide, you know what, I want to turn into something that I can, monetize long term, get into a different type of lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. How much did that affect friendships over time as well? Like, do the people you hang out with change a lot?
So much.
Right.
Also
Because
to-
like even the other day we were messaging and you were like, it's crazy what you can achieve when you just lock in. You know what I mean? And decide to not go out anymore and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, I'm curious, like, did those friendships change heaps? Did they change a little? Do some of them remain? Did some of them
Yeah, a
not?
lot. I think that was one of the actually key focus that I really honed into, was that if I want to be this specific individual,
Yeah.
who are those 5 people around me that fits that persona that I wanted to become, right? And none of them did.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, holy shit, sorry to swear, holy shit, this is not like, what
I'm
is...
sick of you whores.
Do better.
Oh my
Nah, do better is crazy. Find God. Nah,
genuinely
come on. She said
Oh my
genuinely.
God.
Nah, you guys are
It's
crazy.
funny that you touch on God, because like, honestly, the things that I've been through in the last literally 2 years of my life has been so freaking life-changing that hitting rock bottom mentally and going through certain things as a woman, that you're just like, oh wow, like this is wild, and the only person that I could turn to, God, not are you a person? I don't know. Anyways, the only thing that you could turn to is literally God, because like there's no one else that can understand, or you can be as vulnerable to than God. Like you can't be so vulnerable to a friend because you don't want them to also, I guess, shift their perspective on you. 'Cause
Sometimes
I
they can't
know-
even handle it. Sometimes too.
Correct, because sometimes you're like, I don't want to present myself as somebody who isn't strong, who can't handle my own emotions, who can't do all these things, who isn't this power woman that I make myself out to be. So in those very, very alone times where you're just sitting with your thoughts and you're almost just like feel defeated, the only thing that you can turn to is God. And when you also getting back to the 5 people, knowing that those 5 people aren't where they want to be, or they don't actually know themselves to a degree, and
It's a mess.
it's a mess. It's
Yeah.
a mess.
It's a mess.
You do become those.
The sum
You
of
do
them.
become
Yeah.
exactly who
Yeah.
you surround yourself by. So
Definitely.
it was a conscious effort to literally cut them off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like either with explanation or without explanation. It was.
How was that
just-
received on their end?
Yeah.
And like whatever you're willing to get into on camera.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'll
I
just
mean-
hang out for
Whatever
more
love is
after.
like.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you have that conversation?
Received. I don't think. See. Okay. This is probably a part of myself where I probably didn't navigate as well. Is that like I go into just complete
hiding.
cut and hiding.
Yeah.
So I know that certain things are happening that I just almost like deflect, and I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to go to that or this and that. Like, so each action that I take when I decide on something is very calculated. If I don't want to associate myself to this type of people, I'm not going to be seen in those environments because I don't want people to see me there.
Even oh wow, so even beyond the being around the people, but also environments associated with these people
Correct,
as well.
yeah.
That's
See,
even the biggest step.
Environments feels look, if I've gotten sick of an environment, it feels easier to stop
pull away,
that
yeah.
than the people. Because like right now, like let's say I'd get sick of a certain thing that like as in the crew is around. I feel like I could stop attending that, but to be like, I'm just gonna stop talking to Carlos.
Well, she's saying she's doing both.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that feels harder to me to just be like, all right, I'm actually just gonna.
But it depends, because let's just say you only catch me at that environment.
Yeah, that's
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Where
Yeah, that's kind of
Okay,
those
so you realize
people-
your 5 closest were people that you only
Yes.
work because of proximity. Then
Yes.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there was actually this one moment that I can confidently say was probably the turning point in my life where I was, because I've always been the designated driver. I don't drink. I don't do anything. So it's even funny to me as to why I was even in this situation. Was driving around these group of girls that was high, drunk, and just like having this loop thing that was happening. And I'm just sitting there driving and I'm like, holy
I hate it.
what
here.
am I becoming? Like, why
That's
am I
what am I
here?
doing?
moment and a half.
Dude,
Bro, you're just doing this.
and like having the same conversation over and over again because they're in like a loop, like a high loop.
Yeah.
And I'm answering, I'm like mothering adults. And I'm like, this is not where I want to be.
Yeah,
This is
no.
not who I want to associate myself with. And it was the same weekend activity every single time. And I'm like, why am I'm disrespecting myself by continuously being surrounded by these people, saying that I'm this type of person and there's a disconnect with who I am and who I want to
Yeah,
be.
it's also because like you actually get branded as that to all the external eyes.
Correct.
It's like if I see those 5 people hanging out and that's what they're on, then
Then that's
Divina's
pretty
on that
much-
too,
Correct.
yeah,
right?
And I do that. I tend to do that.
Yeah.
but not,
Okay.
like,
It's natural. It's
Yes,
natural. Like it's a
right.
normal thing. Like no one's wrong for branding people that way. Like you're branding yourself technically, you know,
Exactly.
and they're just reading it,
Reading
as
out the
you
brand
put it
they put out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So with that, I guess awakening, I would say, I was like, I need to be so conscious as to what my next moves are because I don't care what other people think, but at the same time, there's power in being able to almost curate and design your life the way you want it to. Because attention, at the end of the day, if you're going to be an online personality, if you're gonna own business, if people hear things about you that you're associated to this person, automatically, like you said, in their heads, that's the type
They
of person
connect
that she
dots.
is.
Yeah.
And you cannot be taken seriously in those environments. Like it's just the way of business. It's just the way of the world. And it's a human thing. So yeah, to me, the conversation wasn't had specifically because I loved those people, right? Like I had great love for those people, but at the same time, you need to love yourself way more. And you need to be so obsessed with that person that you want to become that if those people don't align, unfortunately you will just have to let them go.
Yeah.
It's either they level up with you and they you know almost kind of go on this path together, not like fucking hold their hand along the way or drag them.
Like
for
everyone
God's
is
sake.
doing their own part
Yeah.
to literally move in that direction. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it was hard because it is lonely, right? Because you're like
I was gonna say, like, because
Yeah.
getting like finding friendships as you get older is so
It's
hard.
tough.
Oh my
and
God.
like we're in our 20s, and it's
Almost 30.
Everyone got like their own.
yeah,
clique
like as in,
going
but like
as
when
well.
you look at like 40-year-olds, like it's hard to find new friends.
yeah.
35, 30. Now, like the easiest is actually it starts super easy as a child because of proximity in school and whatnot, and just gets harder all the
As
way.
you go, yeah.
And late 20s, it's like it's hard to like just reset, and it would be
Exactly.
lonely.
So how'd you
Yeah.
do that? Like, where'd you find your new group of friends? Or is there like people that you've all like you
Use
already
the
knew, right? But then you just sort of come as like,
Hello.
I like what's going on over here.
Yeah.
Remember me? You know, because I feel like that sort of happened.
That's kind of
Yeah.
That's
sometimes.
where it's like this person, we've always known each other,
Yeah.
right? And then they're like, hey, I'm dropping this lifestyle and I like where you guys are going. So I'm just going to easily be part of this. And it just sort of happens smoothly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think when you stand strongly as you are, the power of association with you as an individual, you almost just like magnetize those type of people. And what was weird that came out of that dating show thing that I did was Ray. Ray has been like, when I walked into that space, the only person that could click with was her, and we knew each other online, and we weren't like close.
Oh, right,
close.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So
wondering how the
Flirgia
connection
underscore.
ever came around.
Yeah. So we met on the dating show. It's so funny. Whenever
Okay.
people are like, "How did you guys meet?" and we're like, "Oh, at the dating show," and they're like, "What the
What?
fuck?"
Sorry.
literally. But I think what's really, really important is that like to click with a person, they need to align in values and in morals
100%.
and goals as well. Like you can inspire your people if you know that that person has, they're almost like open to wanting to grow. And you can tell with the way they speak and the way they carry themselves and all these things. And it could just be the same with her as well. She was in the wrong environment. She was surrounded by the wrong people. And at the time when you can only inject as much as you can to a person.
That's as much
They
as they're
just
willing
need
to
to
take
be
as well.
receptive
Yeah.
to those things. Correct. So same as her. I think what happened is that her and I were both in the wrong environments, in the wrong clique. That ending those relationships, we found each other, and we almost became each other's like support.
Yeah.
Not to the point where it's like we've gone through things together that not a lot of people know about each other. So yeah, it becomes almost like having that extra person, but at the same time, you also have to be strong on yourself, so that that person can be inspired by you and vice versa.
Yeah, not
Does that make
crutches.
sense? Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think also presenting myself as the strong individual, as a person who's authoritative or has knowledge and blah blah blah. You cannot at all stop that self-development aspect of yourself. So you have to do that work by yourself for you to be confident in facing the world and being like, I'm this type of person, because people can tell. People can tell if you're faking it, or if it's like, oh, she's like this in one environment and then she's another in another environment. Like it has to be consistent throughout. And when you're consistent in all those environments, straight away people are like, that's who she is, and I want to be a part of that. And I want a piece of that. I want to almost know her because I can associate myself to that type of person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just like being strong on your own magnetizes those type of people around you.
What ends up being ultimate is just integrity at the end of the day as well.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those words that we all hear and we speak about, but it's not, again, I love using this word recently, but it's not sexy. Like integrity is not something that people aspire to be like. It's not something that is promoted. Yeah, exactly. It's discipline, right? Yeah. And I really like what you said earlier about like one of the most powerful things is to be able to have a narrative or be able to market yourself in a certain way. Like if you go like, okay, this is who I want to be and this is the story I want to tell or what I want my life to tell. And then to actually live that out and execute that it takes discipline, but like it is one of the hardest things to do because truly it means you're walking in step with what your life is meant to be. Like it's to say this is what I want to do and then actually actualize that. Not many people, I think a lot of people are kind of tossed with the wind or like you're even saying, even when it comes down to like entrepreneurial activities and whatnot, being someone who can do so many different things, you're right, like opportunities just pop up and then now you go this way, now you go that way. And that's only right for a season, but at some point we have to like
Jack of all trades,
master of none, you know what I mean? Yeah, at some point, whatever it can be in any realm in our life, but we have to know what is this story, what's the narrative that we're trying to tell, you know? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
I also think though it has to be in phases, right? Because I don't think anybody like it doesn't exist now where everybody just has passion for this one thing and they work on that for a whole 40 years of their life. That's just impossible, mainly because of technology and like what you have access to. But I think it's knowing that yes, I want to be that one thing, but I want to try all these other things surrounding that one thing so that I'm a master of that, that thing. Does that make sense? And like I said, I was a model. I did videography, a little bit of photography, and some creative direction and all of these things. But now,
packages into
now I'm
media.
like, now I'm a company owner.
Yeah. Come on.
And I can. So weird to say that. Anyways, and now I can be like, okay, I know how to do your job because I've done it before, and I can. People can actually listen to me because I have the experience, backed by.
credibility.
I'm not just telling you what to do because I think I know it all, but because they can respect me because I know they know that I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's dope. It's funny that we go into this, and like I actually sent this topic into the group chat yesterday, and they're like, oh, this guy replies like, "Oh, this is gonna be such a good one for Divina." It's like, it was along the lines of this this circle of friends and whatnot. So I don't even know what it was. It might have just come to my head, or I probably saw one of your stories, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? This is actually a good conversation." But it's it's along the lines of like your circle, and I was like, "Oh, how has your circle potentially changed in the past few years?" Which you've touched on already, and then this kind of goes to all of us. Do you feel your current circle is setting you up for success? And then flowing on from that, what would you change about your circle now or the spaces that you're around?
That's a good one. Who wants to answer first?
Do you feel your current circle is setting you up for success? If not, whatever. And then what would you change around your circle or the environment you're around in order to achieve?
Firstly, when we say circle, can you have multiple circles? Or is your circle
The core one, the
literally-
key one.
The key 5.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those where, you know when you go into an event, it's like you're checking on this
I
person.
look for
If-
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Chat, yeah,
Hey, brother, you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna hang out with you guys when I'm there.
I would definitely say my current circle is setting up for success.
For
And
success.
I mean, we joke about this all the time. We always say best friendship group in the world, but like,
Actually,
You guys say that
the more
all
I
the
hear
time.
other people's friendship groups, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, you know. So I do think it's definitely setting up for success. Like, there's not an aspect of it or the way I see like my life going, my closest friends' lives going, all that kind of stuff where I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that, or I don't know about how this is like. All of it's like, yeah, like the things that we all value the same things first and foremost. I think we also share the same reasoning for as to why we value those things. Yeah. Like, so it's all rooted, I would say, mostly in faith for my closest friends. And so it's like, when I look at that, I'm like, all right, I know that our mission might be different in the way that we lead our life, right? This person's this one, but the message is the same kind of thing. And I think that makes me go, okay, I know that where I want to go is being uplifted by all the people that are around me. And I feel like I'm doing the same for them as well. In terms of what I would change, that's hard. Yeah. Because like you don't necessarily
think about that.
About
but
like,
I think
what are we
that's
doing?
growth.
But there is something that
it's growth
we're
to look at that.
lacking in for sure.
Exactly. So what would you change?
It is changing now. I think we're really on our health wave now.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's something that we just ignored over the last few years.
Brother, we bonded over the fact of not being healthy. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't hair even more so. But then for the longest, like, oh man, to XL, we love it. This is us. Nah, bro.
No, it's not.
We don't, life can be different.
Love it, bro. Also, I was never 2XL, by the way.
Well, like, I was like,
Speak for yourself, man.
wow. What's that, fatty?
He's trying to put us in the same conversation.
No, but I think that is definitely something that I would still like to see, maybe a little more of us like doing that health stuff together. You know what I mean? And like really like leaning in and accountability and all that kind of stuff when it comes to that space. Yeah.
Question: when you guys think your circle, is it the boys or the guys?
I include you.
Don't lie to me.
On my life. Bro,
no, because I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, like, because
everything.
I know you is guys, isn't it?
What are you talking about? Circle?
Like, yeah.
Brother, my whole life is wrapped around you. How would you not be?
Yes,
Like, obviously, I'm not nigga.
I put a circle on your finger.
The circle on the finger wasn't even
that's what I'm
enough.
saying. Like, is it
Just talking about
different? Like,
partners
your
as well.
partners and stuff, is that included? Or are we just talking about your friends, the ones that are like, you know,
I do
Is
think
it
you end up
separate?
creating a environment.
Bro,
I'm just talking about your regular
community.
your
the people that
community.
you connect
Soft
with
launch.
and talk
Your
to on a regular.
like what is the environment that you exist in? Like your life.
There's certain
moves.
people I can't imagine my life
Without.
without. And it's like Carlos, Daniel, yourself.
Say
Like I
Divina, so she
cannot
doesn't feel left
imagine.
out, bro.
All right, Divina, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're welcome to join the community.
Like, even
There's space. We're taking a
I've
vacation.
seen all of y'all like house games and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
That
nah,
was fun.
we have good time. We
You do, though.
really
You
do have
do.
good time. And
Yeah.
I think to also add on top of what you're saying and also what Ma was saying as well. Yes, our closest friendship, but I think even the wider community. What actually happened a couple of weeks ago, Marwa actually hosted a couples night.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that at all.
Right? So that was literally like all of us with our partners as well.
To other friends and their partners.
Yeah. So I think to answer the question, yes, there definitely is. What was it? Something about success?
Yeah, is your current circle setting up for success, or what would you change?
Because I think it's all about growth, right? And that was the purpose of that get together as well. Is that all people coming together and say, okay, you don't have to say too much, but how is your relationship and what is it that you want to know more about?
Yeah.
Right. And then we have like different couples will, sort of.
It was actually a really good environment. I can't lie. I was doing up supportive husband at the back. I'm like, Ma, this is so corny. Like, what is this?
That was elite.
I said I will be the corny person for the sake of growth. All right.
And it's so rare, like 4 close guy friends also, their partners
It's
come
5,
involved.
isn't it?
It was five. So
Five.
contextually, this is what happened. So it's like 5 couples, and we all rocked up to their crib, and it's just like dinner, whatever. And then Ma was like, all right, everyone write down some questions that you would want to ask couples or
Just in
like
general.
That you have about
Just the
relationships
fact
or whatever.
that you guys are open to doing those that
Yeah.
type
Right.
of activities.
So
is
that
beautiful
says
to
a
me.
lot about the friendship
the
friendship.
already, right? Everyone,
Yeah.
no, like even amongst the guys, none of the guys were like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why am I?" here?"
Yeah, and that was what I was worried about for her. I was like, Ma,
Wait,
man, I don't want you to embarrass yourself to my guys.
But legit, like,
These are my brothers.
All of us guys are kid. What are you
Yeah,
talking
man.
about? No.
but like to be honest, even like when it came to the conversation, I feel like the guys were on it just
the
as
guys-
much, maybe
yeah.
more.
Nah,
you
the
know what
guy-
I'm saying?
the guys
In terms
were
of,
on
like,
it, yeah, yeah.
talking about this and feelings and whatever, and then like as the conversation goes from like these orchestrated questions to just flowing. It's like people start venting their issues.
Yeah, hey guys, this is what's going on.
Yeah, like this is what's going, and no one's like they're like, "Wow, disgusting."
Because
Everyone's
everyone's getting it because we know this is the reality of relationship.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You guys are gonna face some stuff together, and it's all right, cool. And then so Nora would say this, and then obviously from the guy's perspective, say maybe what if you shifted like this? Would that change
Discusses
things?
You
that.
guys literally made a mastermind for a relationship.
Facts, actually, when you
That
put it
is
like
so
that.
cool.
Yeah,
It
lol.
was,
Yeah.
it was the best.
So it was like it was so much fun.
Yeah, that was good.
It was fun.
It was very
It
fun.
was fun. Like and I think that's where I look at it. I'm like, all right, it's going good.
That is so
The
beautiful.
community is going
I think that's the one thing I probably struggle with is twining relationships, like personal. What is it called? Relationship, a couple relationships.
Romantic relationship,
with friends.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
That one is
Nah, but
Why?
is it-
Because I've been the kind of person where it's like I cannot be in a relationship if you're not around my friends.
But I think it's
Healthy.
different from a guy's perspective, though, because if you think about it, right?
Facts.
Yeah, are you
Us as
around?
guys,
He said
the only reason why
Yeah.
our partners are getting involved is because us guys are close,
Exactly.
right? And our partners are just
Because
coming
the guy
along.
never goes to the girl's friends.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Otherwise, that'd
literally.
be weird.
Like, why is he so keen?
Like, why are you so,
friends.
No, but like,
excited?
but like,
Who do you like? Tell me now.
yeah.
Big facts.
That's
Why is he loading?
He's thinking hard.
You know
Yeah.
what it is? I'm realizing this because guys, if you're a friendship group of guys, you will date girls that are similar.
Do you think?
You date girls that are pretty similar in
Like,
their,
they'll have to get along.
in their like as in like they're similar in their interests, similar in their
Okay.
whatever.
Ah,
like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
they will get
What-
along.
like as in
Oh, but girls go left the field.
girls.
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
one of them likes a nerdy guy. One of them likes a bad boy. One of them.
yeah.
So if all the
It's true.
girls are hanging out and they bring their 5
partners.
boyfriends, bro, these guys just on stage are like, what the hell?
Bro, the man-
Whereas like,
yeah, I
like
agree.
none of us is gonna bring over an emo girl or whatever. It's like we're all bringing
No,
over,
no,
not to like whatever. Like,
Yeah,
your
whoa, why are you
lifestyle.
doing that? Talk to them. Talk to them. No,
But I'm
talk
saying
to the
like
emo
that
community.
would never
like.
happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like we'll bring girls that, like getting dressed up,
Yeah.
like, certain
Blood
conversations,
first.
girly, whatever. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, it's the same style.
There's a standard.
So it works. But the girls doesn't really happen otherwise.
It's actually so true because one of my
So
friends as well who's dating this girl, and it's like, yeah, man, she invited me over to like with her friends and their
Nightmare.
partners.
That's a nightmare.
He was like, brother, worst thing ever, bro.
You're
No,
tolerating
he was
it.
like, bro,
Yeah.
like I didn't know what to say. These guys are just,
I'm sweating. I'm
bro,
stuttering.
I'm done, bro. I was like, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone's just so different. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. You normally like your girl's girlfriends, but you
Yes.
don't like the partners very much. Like you tolerate them.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
If it
because I think
happens,
you guys
yeah.
don't have like there's no shared friendship yet. Like that's especially if it's new. Like you guys all know each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you guys are like so connected in your community.
Yeah.
Whereas like that's very rare.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It
you
yeah.
were saying you struggle to connect romantic and platonic friendships into one community.
Correct. I think one reservation of that is because, man, I don't want to have to like you get so close with my friends, and I'm just like, and what if I'm not really sure about you? You know what I mean? I think
Explain. Like
So, like, you're
think he
taking
might
it-
be-
Saving your
So
friends.
she's like,
Protecting
not to speak
at
for
the
you,
moment.
but you're staging it a little bit. But then
Correct,
it might
yeah.
also end up just being like not even ever allowing it to actually go into the fullness of what it can be, but it's because you're trying to like just
I think
reserve or protect.
Exactly. Similar to the way I'm very, like, I don't really show off my partners to partners. Whoa.
Hello.
Hey, whatever alternative lifestyle you got going on.
Hey, she found herself, guys.
No. On the internet, because
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like the only time I would do that is when I'm like married or like there's a ring on this finger. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, guys, I'm safe now to be like, here he is. Whereas I feel,
Wait, is that friends or to the public?
remember, until there's a ring on this finger.
Let's start from there.
Exactly, until there's a ring. And
bad.
that's a wrap for
My
that
bad,
one.
my bad.
Yeah, but I think, for sure, I'd want. What was the question?
So Formula One, huh? Last weekend.
Hello, this guy's an idiot.
So what?
The first question
This was, I mean, the main thing was ultimately around, do we think that our circle around us, and when I say circle, friends, yes, but just environment also, like who we're around, who we move around,
The
community,
events you're at, everything.
all of that, and what would you change?
Okay, so I
about
think
that.
my circle currently, which is, it's probably literally in one hand,
Yeah.
are all work related
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
My friends are incredible, like Roy, Regina, Dex, Martin, and some of my, I feel like my employees are now closely becoming my friends, which is amazing because again, I really am conscious in who I align myself with, and the first questions I actually ask in an interview is just like, what are your values? Like what if you could describe yourself in 5 words, what would they be? With my friends now, they're all consciously heading towards a direction of their goals, and the conversations that we have, and they know this about me. If we're talking about drama, I tune out. Like, it's just a thing that I'm just like, I'm really not that interested about this, whatever you're talking about with your drama stuff. I'll give
Trauma
advice.
stuff. Just belittles it complete trauma stuff.
I'll give advice for sure, but if
Yeah.
we're talking about it more than 3 times, we're not gonna. It's not
can't
gonna
do
get
it.
anywhere. Yeah. And I'm very clear and concise in the way I do give advice. It's quite direct, and sometimes if you can't handle how I'm speaking, and I think most of my friends now are very are aware of the way I give advice, and most of the time they probably only come to me as the last resort, maybe if they need to hear the truth. But yeah, it's. What was the question again?
What would you change?
Oh, what would I change? Okay, yeah. So a lot of my friends now are incredible people, and they're all, like I said, heading towards a goal. So it's amazing. I think the one thing that I would want to change mainly is, I think sometimes in friendships where when you care about a person, right, and you know that they're doing something wrong, it's like almost sometimes you justify their actions based off, I guess, the love that you have for them.
Who you know them to
Also,
be.
that element of like, no, I know them, and deep down they don't mean this, or they
Correct.
don't whatever. But it's like, no,
Yeah.
they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So being super upfront and honest and picking it at the very beginning, as opposed to allowing them to continuously behave in that way. Not that like you want to control your friends, absolutely not. Like, allow your friends to be them and like all of those things, but you know that it's a self-defeating battle when they're continually doing the same thing and actions, and then they're saying that, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. But it's like, bro, if that's who you want to be, I need you to just stop doing this one thing, or stop doing and maybe doing this other stuff and whatever it might be. So it's definitely you have to almost like dance with it, because like you don't want to control your friends and you don't want to make them something that maybe they're not. All you can do is guide them, just like with your little sister, for example. You don't want to you want to inspire them, but you also don't want to almost just like
Control.
chokehold them,
100%,
micromanage.
Like at the end of the day,
everything.
what like the role we play in people's lives is to like speak life at the end of the day
Correct.
into their life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
correct,
like, yeah, you're right. You actually can't really control. And once you're doing that, you're making the decision for them. It's like, how much do you actually
gonna
believe
live,
this
yeah.
now yourself? Like, how much are you actually doing this for you, kind of
It's
thing.
actually quite a difficult. It's quite a difficult thing to do to stay out of people's problems, because like I'm very much a type of person who would want to like fix the problem for other people, because when they come to me with a problem, I'm always just like, okay, let's step 1, step 2, step 3, let's put up an action plan in
Solution.
place.
Yeah.
Correct. I'm very solution based, mainly because I don't want to keep seeing my friends struggle, but at the same time, you almost stop growth for them because you take on that lesson.
That journey
for
in
them.
the yeah.
So
True.
you actually block them from their
Facts.
own self growth, as opposed to letting them discover it themselves. And there's always just that fine line that I always cross as to be a guide or to be a support person, all this and that. I end up being the pilot, fucking drive.
Jump the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, follow me, let's go.
Yeah.
Which is it's something that I'm learning now, especially when I'm leading people. Like there's people that work for MD Media that looked at me to, you know, for guidance and for all of these things. So people management has been something that I've really been putting, I guess, a lot of hard work in being so aware of how I'm doing things, the actions that I'm placing, or the systems that I'm putting in place for them to be able to really take action on themselves, like for themselves, and have that autonomy, as opposed to me being like, I got this for you, let me take that on, or whatever. So that's probably the one thing that I would change.
Okay. I like that actually, yeah. Like, so more of the space to be able to speak very openly in these things and allow that to be received within the friendship circle. That's cool. That's cool.
So it's good. Like a lot of my friends are great people.
Yeah. And you'll see them transitioning with you in life as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's been the things that's in the last couple of years, is that like all of my friends, yes, there are obviously certain points where we separate, not as like we don't stop being friends. It's just like, because I get so busy doing this thing, they almost all understand it. Like they understand that Divina is off doing the thing that she said she was going to do, and she's doing that thing, and they align themselves to that, because they know that I'm not bullshitting. I'm actually doing the work, and they see that. So they almost align themselves to that, and I also seek inspiration from them, because it's like, for me to continuously grow, I need and allow people to be inspired. I have to do the work for myself.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
Would you two change anything?
What are you saying?
You guys know my situation, man, with my circle. It's been not a battle or struggle. I mean, obviously, when we say circle, I do include you guys as well.
It's okay, you don't count us
No.
the way I count.
My thing is, you guys are all obviously husband here, but you guys are all guys. So I'm like, I can't just have, I can't see myself having a circle with just guys, you know, like you guys being the close people. But then if we're talking about outside of it, of course, we've got, you know, my in-laws, I've got, you know, church community as well, and everyone else. But then I'm also like, who is it, if I were in a situation or I needed, like, you know, some advice, people that I can go to that know my life, that have journeyed with me through, you know, different seasons, that I can call on, like, in the moment, outside from, you know, these guys as well. And I think it's something that I have been trying to, like, ground, and because I have some amazing friends that have been by my side for a while, but it's one of those things where it's like, we see each other, but then there'll be a period where it's like, it's quiet, and it's not a thing of like, oh, it's because, you know, you're doing this thing and I know what's going on there and whatever. It's just kind of like, no, it's just quiet.
Like, you need people that are dedicated to the cause. Like, we're actively doing life.
Yes, and when it's quiet, it's like we know what's going on in each other's life. It's not just quiet because it's mute type of thing. Yeah. And I think even one of the realizations, I was like, once I got married as well, that's what happened, where it's like the friends kind of pulled back, and I'm like, why would you guys pull back in that season? Just because, you know, and I think it was a thing of like, oh yeah, we're all in like different seasons in life. And that's why I was asking you, do you see yourself, like, do you see your friends moving with you when you move into different seasons of life? Because like sometimes people will be like, oh no, like you're married now, or you have kids now, and you know, like we can't really hang out the same. I'm like, why not? Like, why can we not, just because I'm married, why can we not, like, nothing has changed. Like
I'm not a different person.
I'm not a different person. It's just I'm living with my partner now. Like, it's not different. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that would be one thing that I would change, where it's like, you know, kind of allowing each other to have that room to grow, but also, like, I still want to be involved in it. So,
No, absolutely. I think, that's probably one of the things that I did notice when taking on the company and announcing that, is that like they know that I'm really, really busy. And a situation happened with my close friend and I the other week, actually, which which we've never really had before, where she assumed that I was busy and didn't ask me to do something with her.
Right, yeah.
But then I was like, why wouldn't you ask me? Like, I would like to decline it. No, I would like to.
True.
But even then,
I would like to
I want to
have,
know that you're thinking about it.
exactly, exactly. I would like to have the opportunity to decline it, because that way, no,
this is real. This is real.
Right.
But then maybe on
That's
her,
exactly
she's
what
like,
I
I don't want to
feel.
make her feel like she has to always decline things.
No.
Correct. I
Or
mean,
you
I
could-
did decline the last 3 things.
That's
I
what
said.
I'm
No, it's not even. But I think for me,
let me auto decline it for you.
no, I think for me, so like it feels good to know that your friends are still thinking about you,
Exactly.
right?
You're like, they shouldn't.
But that's what they're thinking too. Like, as in, but
No,
you
but I
thinking
didn't
about
know
them
that.
would be showing up.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause she knows that I'm not in the whole like. It was. I'm not gonna name the
Yeah.
venue, but it was like something.
Clubbing event,
Yeah,
clearly.
clubbing scene, which I'm not into anyways. But it's just like
So there's layers to this.
there's lessons for sure.
Yeah.
It was a dinner, but at the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
So-
brains trying to go? Which one?
No, I think I think it was more so communication aspect of it, where straight away I was just like,
Oh, like, oh, what?
no worries, no problem. But then
Yeah.
I gave cause when I get busy, I forget that I actually have to attend to to certain people. You know what I mean? So I gave her like not purposely gave her the silent treatment, but I was just like, whatever. That
It is what it is.
it
It
is what it
happened,
is.
yeah.
It happened, and then like. It seemed like I was giving her
Comes
the
off
silent.
cold,
Yeah. But then I was at the same time I was bothered. Like, don't get me wrong. I was just like,
Yeah.
why didn't you just invite me? Like, it's fine. But it was just more so like the thoughts.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be thought about. Just like, you know,
Of course.
like they're assuming that they can't like hang out with you
Exactly.
because like you have a husband now and you're gonna
Yeah,
be with your
yeah.
husband all the time. It's just like, no, get me away from this guy.
invite me out.
For real? Do they think that I'm like a dictator or something? Like, she's not allowed out?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
I mean, it's what happens, but I think it's just having clear communication and just knowing that, hey, listen, I'm still here.
Of course.
But for certain things that,
Now you have to
I don't know,
accept,
man.
you have to accept the invitation when she asks
Yeah.
you next time. You can't decline it.
Once a
Depends on
month
the
at least.
location.
Once a
Oh,
month.
that's a good average, man.
Oh,
12
no,
times a
trust me.
year? Oh my God.
I think I try to do more things like painting at my house,
Yeah.
working at my house, or whatever it might be. So it's those types of activities that I value.
They're life giving to you.
Yeah,
That's
that
fair.
actually life injecting, as opposed to just like, why the heck am I here with all these?
That's about communicating that to friends as well, right? Because I communicate that to certain people. I'm like, hey, if you guys trying to do this, just know I'm not going to go there. But if you guys want to have lunch, breakfast, I'm there. Like this is my kind of vibe, not this.
Yeah.
So if they go here and I don't get invited, I'm not even mad. You know,
Yeah,
'cause I
for
told
sure.
them that I wouldn't even go to these kind of places.
Yeah.
So you're in a really nice space. I can't be bothered answering, man. I'm more excited for this question. You're in a nice space of life now. So you've moved out. You're in your own place. Like you said, and also I enjoy that you're taking us on the journey.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very nice. Yeah.
With this too, I'm enjoying seeing
Good
the furniture.
content, yeah.
You struggle to
I
push
actually-
couches into that. I love this. I'm here for all of it, right? It's amazing. So you're in a new space, and like clearly a lot of the values that you've held or grown up with are coming through, right? In terms of now the way that you're trying to move and live. Where does that come from growing up? Like, again, not to typecast you, but like in the way that you view someone, in terms of like everyone would have just been like, oh, this is a girl on social media, like all the other girls on social media. Pretty face, does her own thing, modeling, all that kind of bag, right? No one would be thinking that the things that you're saying and the values you hold is what actually guides your life, right? So where does that come from when you look back?
What's my
Like,
guiding compass?
yeah, like where do you think that ultimately like comes from now, and like that's clearly what's moving you now and how in the new space and like season that you're in.
Okay. I'm gonna answer that in a few ways actually.
We
One-
got time.
We've got 2 hours. One, I think coming from, and I don't want to come from the direction of like I came from nothing and but I came from nothing. Like my mother struggled to get us here. It was a whole thing. Coming from a really, really tiny island in Philippines and getting the opportunity to literally move from that environment to here, I thought that was like God's work. God really said that you from this little island put you in Australia where opportunities exist around you, right? So I didn't like, and also the grandparents that I have or had, one is gone. the values they instilled in me and the morals that they instilled in me was very much hard work. You don't get something for nothing at all. So, and seeing that my mother worked so hard as a single mom, and having a father that I literally didn't know because he left. Oh my God, this sounds so like morbid, but didn't know him from, I think he left when I was like 8 months or something like that. Wow. So having no like real father figure, I had my grandpa, and he was the first love of my life because obviously I saw him and the way he treated my grandmother and like how he literally just did so many things, right? And he was incredible. So knowing all of those qualities and knowing and having that, like why would I just take advantage of that? Like that opportunity, like every time I go back to my home country, and I'm gonna go back again in a week's time. Actually,
you love it.
I love there. Yeah, it's so humbling, and it's almost like really, really grounding. I'm getting emotional. To go back there and know the type of life I would have lived if I didn't
Have that opportunity. Yeah.
And certain struggles that I went through growing up. For example, my mother and I did not have a very great relationship growing up. It was very much disconnected, mainly because I didn't grow up with her. I grew up with my grandmother, right? She was in Manila working as a nurse and like doing all these things, and then moving to Australia, and then having like obviously in her own right, she was trying to provide, and she was also still growing up at the time. So she had she went through hell and back. And yeah, the struggles that I went through moving out at 16 because we didn't have a great relationship, and then having to literally work 3 jobs, do all these things because I wanted to prove to my mother and to my grandparents that I want to make you guys proud, and that my mom literally said it to me, and don't hate her for saying this. She was also like obviously learning her own lessons, but just assuming that I'm going to be pregnant on the street, homeless, and all these things. And it's just like, in my head, I was like, I'm not going to be that person that you think I'm going to be. I'm going to be way more than that. I'm going to show you that I can achieve school. I literally supported myself through schooling. My sister was there for me, obviously, for the first year. And then we also had a falling out because I was like rebellious or whatever. I didn't get into anything bad. I was, when you think, that one thing that I think that I understood about myself is that when you say I'm going to be this thing, I'm going to prove every way that I'm not going to be the person that you think I'm going to be. I'm going to go the complete opposite direction. I'm going to be this freaking successful. So I think there's this like unwavering flame that's in me that knows that like this is who I am, and this is what everybody else has said that I am, and I know that I'm not that person. So I'm going to do everything I can to prove you wrong. So all of those, I guess, experiences, as well as coming from where I am, has formulated this individual, or this flame that, like I said, that I have, that will go against the grain. Will do all the things that I need to do to actualize the person that I think I am, or that I know that I am. And I do this through reading books, following the type of people that I align with, choosing the right type of friends. God, literally, that's what it is. It's just like, obviously I lost touch with God for a little bit there, and there was a point in my life where it's very apparent that, again, the whole lingerie stuff, all of those things, and you can tell when a person doesn't exist in someone's life, when God doesn't exist in someone's life, because they're quite lost, and you can see it in their eyes, you can see it with the way they carry themselves, and the actions that comes with that. And then hitting a certain rock bottom, and being so defeated and feeling like your body isn't working with you, and the only thing you can turn to is prayers. That has, I guess, solidified, 1, my belief in myself, and 2, that I have faith, and that I have this strong guiding compass that I can literally come from literally nothing, be so at the bottom, be so broke, and then like achieve things, because I know that each step, each battle, and all of these things, it's a compounding effect. And did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. And I'm even just clocking in now. We obviously spoke about on the previous episode how we went to primary school together.
Yes, dude.
So like, for me, I really believe what you're saying now, because I remember when we saw each other after ages, and then we're talking like, oh my gosh, glad you've been well, you've been well, da da da. And then we follow, and I go home, I'm like, who the heck is this? Like, wait, she's doing stuff, bro. Like, and it's like, clearly that what you're saying in terms of putting your mind to something and chasing and grinding for that. I'm like, oh, like you've actualized the kind of thing. So that's it's mad. Like it's dope to see that is truly what has been driving you. And I wouldn't even lie, but it's weird that people can have these type of traits when they're so much younger as well, because we think we change so much. But you were very much so on an independent vibe from what I remember. Very sporty as well. I remember that for sure. But very independent of like. And now that I look back, I'm like, school is such a environment too, especially with cliques and all that. Even at a young age, what we can do to each other and how we can like relate. But it's like you were like, no, I'm just gonna do my own thing and be in my own lane. I'm like, oh snap! Like to see that's who you've continued to also still be is like, yeah, it's pretty dope to see.
I think also there's a middle child syndrome. That's another thing as well. Is that like I've been left alone to just do my own thing for so long, and like nobody had to validate what I was doing. Like my mother only recently, not recently, like probably when I was 19, where she was actually like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
like reconnecting back with her and seeing all the things that I've achieved without her. It was almost just like it was healing, but it's almost like reliving what it was like not having her whilst I was with my grandmother. Like because I didn't have that connection, that motherly connection with her. I had that with my grandma, but because she was a really, really tough individual, she was a fucking just tough woman. So it was hard to actually connect. So I was very masculine at such a young age because I didn't have that feminine energy who could actually guide me. When I had my period, for example, my mother's like, I just put it. I was just like, what is this supposed to feel like? Why am I bleeding? Just like it was weird. It was actually weird. Like there was no like when I'm just like gonna use this as an example. When my little sister had her period, I was like, I got her a cake. I got her a whole thing. It was a celebration. I had none of that.
man.
Yeah, but I think we overly validated my little sister that like it became
That's a whole nother issue.
We created something else.
Yeah, so I think there's a fine line for sure, and it's carried through. Like each lesson that I've learned, it all makes sense. Like obviously during the process, it's just like why the is this happening to me? But I think when you have this shift of mind where you're like, why isn't this happening to me? Like, what makes me so special that, or like, this is happening to me because it's preparing me for something much bigger. And I think every single time, and we had this conversation with my business partner and I the other day, was like, things are hard now because it's going to be a great story to tell later.
Yeah.
And we always have that, like, that talk, just like, imagine like in a year's time, this is why.
Yeah.
So
that's sick.
Yeah,
are you enjoying? Sorry, go finish up.
No, that's okay. Yeah, go.
No.
I think that's my guiding compass is that like all of the things. It's a collective. It's not
For sure.
just the one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear somebody say, and I'm like, yeah, that's
it.
I'm gonna be that.
That's my life now.
I think that's reality. Reality is there's always going to be a combination of different things. The people around you, God, your purpose.
It's
your
also
work.
dependent on what you're receptive to. 'Cause, like
100%.
so many people could like.
True.
Two people could be raised a completely the same way, but those two people could be so different from each other.
So
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's so weird how that exists. Where you see people where it's like one, comes out and goes, because my dad wasn't there, whatever. I picked up a knife and became a criminal. Another one goes, I refuse to ever
Be like that.
do nonsense because my dad wasn't there, and I don't want to end up in the same cycle. And it's like your brothers.
Yeah.
No, like, that's David. That's literally David Goggins. Where he used that as motivation because his dad was like would beat his mom and is drunk and whatever, right? And his brother was speaking some of those habits. But David Goggins is like, I will never drink, I will never hit a woman, I'll never do that because he's seen what that did to his mother.
The effects of it.
But then his brother took on what his dad was doing. Right. So I was like, wow. So it's literally that.
Wow.
Wild. Madness. I was gonna say, are you enjoying this season? Because
Dude,
being
It's like
in
a busy season.
oh my god.
How you? And when I say enjoying as well, because I think we substitute milestones within like a craft or something that we're doing in terms of hitting milestones. We substitute that for like genuine contentment and joy and like enjoyment ultimately, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
how do you detach the milestones and the success from being the determining factor of joy? Like, how? Yeah. Do you, aside from that, are you actually feeling like content, joyful, all that kind of stuff?
Oh man. Okay.
So sorry.
I had that
Heavy-hitting
conversation the other day. No,
Yeah.
it's a great question because it's very telling to what we're going through now. Is that like taking the time to smell the roses. Man, Every single time my business partner and I are like driving together towards somewhere that we're like, holy shit, as if this is like our life right now. Yesterday we just bought a company car, and like, I hope it's released like after we get it, because like just in case I jinx myself. Anyways, and literally every single time something happens, we have this little thing that we do. It's just like, I can't believe we're living like this right now. Like, I can't believe I can't believe we're so lucky to have the people that we have in our company, and to have the clients that we have, and to literally just do the things that we say we're going to do, and now we're doing it. Yeah. So it's been for sure in moments where it's just like, holy shit, there's a lot that's happening right now that it's just like, how are we going to do this? But I also think that because it's been such a long time that it's compounding effect, like I said, doing the work, inching towards the goal, and then it's almost just like, no shit, we're here. Like, no
like
shit,
we've worked together.
We're here.
we worked hard.
Exactly. So absolutely, there's moments where I lose sight of the progress, and it's just like, what can we do next to be better? What are we doing, just to I guess upskill to make ourselves but yeah.
And I know off air was speaking about how you met your current business partner.
Yeah.
When did you? Because I think we spoke.
Well, we
about
actually
this.
didn't get an answer on that.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, because I was saying for the podcast. Because I think last time, because we always have all this conversation off air, is I think the hardest thing is getting into business with the right person, right? Like obviously as well business partners, but we've also known each other for like years, 10 years, 20. I don't know how long actually, 15
16
years or whatever it is, right? I've also known Marwa longer than these guys actually, right? But it's like these people that we've grown together, we trust. So the moment we say let's do a podcast or let's open up a not-for-profit organization, let's do this, like I trust you because we've grown together. So with your current business partner, is this someone that you've always known, or is this someone that you just recently known and you're like, I don't know why, but I trust you?
It's interesting because I've always heard, I've had both, the experience of both, where you do business with your friend, and then now I met Martin. We knew each other, but we weren't like close friends, where it's like we're always in close proximity and we're always doing work with each other, and experiencing this side of things where as the latter was doing a business with friends, and I got burnt. And it's almost like there was no boundaries, or it's just like there was
that is a bad side of business friends. There's no clear like, hey, here's what's required from each person and get it done. Exactly.
So I tried the other, and I was just like, okay, nah. I literally got burnt, and I was just like, man, I thought that this was gonna work, but then I was like, it's not it. But I've understood that people who go into business together become friends in the process. Yes. Whereas I feel like it's harder to be friends and then do business together.
Business-minded.
Because because like you get so excited to do something with this person because you're like, oh my god, yay! Like both of us we're friends. We're just we're so aligned. But then you forget that alignment in friendship doesn't mean you're aligned in business.
That's facts,
So that's a hard one. But I think now with him and I, the way we met, I actually modeled for Dermot, and he was a marketing manager for Dermot. He literally managed like all the freaking stores, all of them across Australia. So I was like, obviously you've got the skill in that, right? In the marketing aspect of things. And I also know his talents within the videography aspects. So I can trust him in his skills, but I didn't know him as a person. So we had a buffer where it's just like getting to know each other without signing anything. Still, it happened really, really fast. But I think because he knew the type of person that I was, maybe because of the way I presented myself online, again, with the branding side of things, it's easier to trust a person when you feel like you know them.
Out there as well.
So he came to me, and basically I was doing all these other videos and whatever, and he's just like, how much are you charging for these things? And I told him, he's just like, dude, what? Like currently we're charging X, Y, and Z to do these projects. So like he literally opened a door for me and was just like, this is another reality that you can live if you commit to it. But I think I was always like one step foot out, one step in, mainly because I didn't trust in my abilities to go full throttle in this thing. And I was always just working with other agencies because I thought that it took so much
to even get to that point. Right.
Yeah. Whereas when I decided, and when we just decided to just go for it, all these things just simply aligned, and just like it was almost just like yeah.
Such a scary move, though. Yeah, doing
Yeah,
that
for
and
sure.
betting on yourself, like
For
that is
sure,
a
for sure.
madness. Like it's a conversation that's come up for me so many times in the past 2 weeks now. I'm like, bruv,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not ready for that.
Yeah, I also think that I'm very forthcoming in the way I move, and when I'm not aligned with something, I'm vocal about those things. I'm like, no, let's da 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 because blah 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 blah, and he agrees with me because he knows that I have the best interests in the business, mainly because it affects not just him, but it affects me as well.
For
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It affects both of us. And we both have two differentiating skills. Mine is definitely in like the systems, the people, that whole area. And obviously like videography and stuff like that. But like I allow him to just do that side because I'm just like, it's exhausting one and my back is freaking hurting.
This
and I
gimbal is
enjoy-
heavy.
Yeah. Literally. I love the creativity side
Yeah.
of things, but I think I like the more of the fact that I
Direction.
ideate.
Yeah.
Exactly. Creative directed that, and then somebody else makes that happen. And he loves the creativity aspect
That's
of
sick.
things. Execution is his like proper strength.
Yeah.
And it's a great dynamic that we've created, and it's quite rare.
I was gonna say it's very rare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like yes, we step in each other's I guess fields.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't feel comfortable in that field, so like you take that on, and vice versa. Now I'm actually leaving in a week's time, and I'm making sure everything's in place for him, and I'm like making sure that like he's not overwhelmed whilst I'm gone. Already he's just like, holy shit, I leave for 5 minutes and there's 100 chats on all of the freaking groups, and he's overwhelmed. But I'm like, I'm very on that stuff because I like that.
Responding to people, managing that.
Yes, exactly. It's
It's a very hard
overwhelming
part,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, because and it's overwhelming to do the both creative and
100%,
the systems. But yeah, I've come to trust him in those areas because he's consistently showed himself, showed me that is the type of person that he is, and he's aligned with me, and vice versa. Whenever he says something that I'm like, yeah, that's great. Like you mentioned that. You actually almost highlight that. That's amazing.
yeah.
Like I love that about you, so that there's consistent alignment. And if I don't like something, I'll absolutely tell him to.
Shout out to you. That's dope. Not me only clocking literally just before we start that MD stands for your names.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Whole
now.
time I was like, MD. Oh man, what is that? What is this stuff?
That's dope. I just realized we haven't done a game yet, so we may as well jump into that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the purpose of the whiteboards.
Okay, so you
Break
do
it up a little. I'll give you this over here.
scared.
It should
Don't
be
be scared. Don't be scared.
2 different messages.
All right, cool. So I've got 5 questions. So it's just like a quick quiz.
Oh, it's general
Nothing
knowledge on this one.
scary, yeah, just general knowledge, nothing scary. So we've got 5 questions on the board. I'll probably give you guys like 10 seconds to answer each
10
one.
seconds.
Oh, like just quick. Okay, the first 2 you probably need to think about it, but all right. So question number 1 is: so recently a list came out and it named the happiest countries.
Oh gosh.
Okay, good. No one has
I
seen
know
it then.
this one.
Oh, you've seen it.
And I've always known.
Okay. Let me take that away then. Can you name me?
Wait. Why are you
Name-
taking that away?
Because you
Does he
know
know
it,
this?
and no one knows it too, yeah.
Maybe.
No, but that makes
Exactly.
no sense. That's the whole point of the question.
Because you've seen the list. Okay, fine. I'll just do it then. Name me the happiest country.
It's a guess.
Happiest.
Happiest.
country.
Yeah, which country was named
Mine's
the
actually a guess.
happiest?
I don't know.
You what?
I don't actually know this.
Happiest
Okay, I'm just
country.
gonna go for it, mate. Okay.
Afghanistan.
Nah, why is
And
he
then
the way
I've
he
got
is?
name me the least happiest. So what was named least happiest?
Oh my God.
Is it that?
man.
How do
So
you-
1 is the happiest, and number 2 is name me the least
Why
happiest
would
country.
they be
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
And now,
Who filled out this?
now our prejudice is showing when we write a country down.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
You know why? Because you're saying this is the one I'd be least happy in.
Question number 3. Can you name me the most consumed fruit around the world?
Wow,
Most consumed
that's a
fruit
question, bro.
around the
What
world.
fruit exists in all parts of the world?
That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got
That's
it.
a good thought.
Okay. I think I might.
Got it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. What painting did Leonardo da Vinci paint?
Like this.
Like the
Just
main
yeah, okay,
one.
Yeah.
The main one.
Melting clocks.
Nice. I think it was actually
I'm stuck with 2.
All right, last one. What does this abbreviation stand for? ATM.
that's a 10, bro.
ATM.
Okay. I'm stuck with the fruit. Oh my God. I got 2 fruits
I'm gonna
in
make
mind.
this last one up.
Well, ATM.
ATM.
Well, there's 2.
Why is this guy always hiding behind his board, bro?
Bro, yeah, I don't know. Where are you shy from? All of a sudden.
I'm scared.
And Davina's doing it too.
Baby,
now.
look what you're teaching her,
They're
man.
from each
hiding
other.
behind- No, yeah, we're hiding
It's
from
from
each
each
other.
other.
Sorry, what's the second question? Least,
You're both getting 0 out of 5.
Second question.
Yeah.
Least happiest.
happiest.
Yes, sir.
You're still there?
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's
actually
crazy.
am still
I'll
there.
give you 5 seconds to write something.
I'm just gonna go through one that's
Just-
having a
A meltdown.
what's that word
This
called?
guy's putting salsa down.
Hey.
Yeah.
He really is. He
There's a
really
civil war
is.
going on right now, so
All
I
right,
know
cool.
it's wrong.
All
I
right.
think everyone is good.
Oh, man, we'll find out.
All right. Should we do one at a time or is everyone just going to review?
I reckon go one at a time.
Okay, one at a time. All right, cool. So the
Can I
first
tell my
one-
name?
Okay, yes, sir.
Chief Cyclopedia today. Anyways, moving on.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Interesting. All right, first question is name the happiest country. What
All
was
right.
listed as number 1?
I'm packed up. I know it. But I'm going Fiji.
Okay.
Goodness. I said Denmark.
Yep.
I said Finland.
Finland.
I said Switzerland.
I was thinking it might be a Scandinavese, but I don't know, man. My Fijians are happy.
Okay.
And normally a Scandinavian
so-
country might be.
So Denmark
Is
Oh,
was
wow.
number 2.
Oh.
So you were just off. Finland was actually number 1.
Oh!
Yeah, so
I have a
he
friend
told
that
you guys
lives in
he knew
Finland.
it.
No, because I have a friend that lives in Finland.
Oh, shut up, Hey, by the way, we're so happy here.
No, 100%. Yeah, no, I actually do.
Question number 2 was name the
thinking about
least
that.
That's the
happiest,
part I actually don't know. This
least
one.
happiest country. What do we have?
I went Ukraine.
Okay.
I went North Korea.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
but
a
they would never
shout.
tell you. They would never let you know that.
I know
Yeah, that's not
we just- that's how bad it is.
Okay.
We know they can't even
yes.
say I'm unhappy.
What else?
Yeah, I have Sudan. South Sudan. Yeah.
Okay.
Only because of
I don't know why. I think I was meant to write North Korea, but South Korea.
That might be the happiest
I know.
one.
I was like, no, that's different.
Hey, low key, I was going to write Iraq first, but then this guy was like, the country you'd be least happy in. I said, I'm not going to do that to my boy. bro.
Yeah, bro.
So what hey, that's a shot though.
I think North Korea
Sorry.
or Eritrea. Also,
Okay. Someone
they're both-
actually said it.
same type of country.
Afghanistan.
Oh,
I
why
was
didn't you
going to
just
write
write it
that
down?
too, man. That's what you said, yeah.
I couldn't
Yes,
be that
it
unhappy if the
was.
food's that good.
That food is banging.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh
The
my.
food is so good, like you'd be a little bit happy.
Yeah.
No.
It's more to do with like political.
I know, yeah. Hey, man.
Sometimes you lose rights, but
Man
you get
said
rice.
no rights, but I got fine. Got the. I hate you, bro. I was gonna land that joke, bro.
Wow.
Fun fact: Sierra Leone was
North Korea's eating rats, by the way.
What is
It's
it?
what?
Sierra
Allegedly.
Leone's not
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, diamonds.
Number 2.
That's why.
Yep,
Sierra
yep, yep.
Leone. Okay.
All right, cool. Number 3
is
is
horrible.
most consumed fruit around the world.
Oh man, this is
What
cool.
we got?
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
I said apple.
I went with the most famous fruit of all time, which is an apple.
I wanted to
Okay.
go apple, but I went orange.
That's a bad one because it
that's-
should be banana second.
No, because
I was
banana.
gonna say bananas,
but
yeah.
banana needs tropical locations. Not
Carlos, what the hell did you write?
I wrote mango.
Mango, lost your mind. So what's the answer?
No. It's actually pretty big.
wait. India all consume mangoes.
And because
That's
India's
a lot
like,
of Asian
1.5
countries-
billion
a lot of
people.
Asian countries is
All of
mango.
Asia
All
enjoys
of Asia.
mangoes. That's a great shout.
Even Philippines.
Oh my days.
So
They
most
dessert.
consumed,
Most
fruit
consumed.
around the world,
We
they
need-
took into consideration
Yeah.
the nutrition
Yes.
that is involved in this fruit is
It's an orange.
banana.
I was gonna go
I
banana,
told
but I
you.
said it's
Banana.
not tropical,
I was gonna say
man.
banana is
That's what I
number
was stuck
1.
between, bro.
But that's not a.
The nutritional elements that were you that angry?
It's all the damn
That's-
smoothies, bro.
I don't even know how this
You
happened.
look off the whole line.
It's all the damn
Hey, does it
smoothies.
look alright?
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
It's in all the smoothies.
No matter, just save the set.
Hey, this might be the
It's
new
in
way
the
we do it.
cereals.
Upgrades.
Everything.
Damn. Oh, bro.
I'm
I'm
gonna
doing.
say.
Everything.
Do you have
Yeah.
any right so far? Neither.
Bananas the
General knowledge is not something I'm good at.
Oh man, it's not so general anymore,
No,
man.
it's really not.
Hey, what was like second and third? I'm just out of curiosity.
Actually, I don't know.
Okay,
I
calm.
didn't go that far. I just assumed, yeah. So banana. What painting did Leonardo da Vinci paint that is most popular?
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, I'm
Mona
right.
Lisa.
Yeah, Mona
Mona
Lisa.
Mona
That's-
Lisa.
yeah.
Correct.
Finally, everyone gets a
Everybody
point.
got Mona
Winner,
Lisa?
at least
Yes,
one.
Yeah.
correct. And last one, what does ATM stand for?
Oh god.
At the moment.
Well,
Sorry.
Oh my God.
oh, see,
I went
What I say?
internet.
Wait,
so confident?
This guy did it as well.
Yeah, I
No,
Actually-
but
I said there was
obviously,
two.
I've only just remembered now that we have bank ATMs.
ATM.
Yeah.
Automatic teller machine.
Yeah.
Automated.
Automated.
Yeah.
Tell them.
I could have got it.
That's what I was saying. I said, remember, I was like, there was two, but I was like, sure.
I went at the moment straight away.
Nah, that's
I
wild.
would've said
Y'all
slang,
looked at me
bro.
like a
I would've said
stupid.
slang abbreviations.
God.
Listen, I said automatic
That's-
transaction machine.
I like that.
Close.
Oh,
That one is
brother.
close.
Would you right?
So,
Automated teller machine.
Yeah, see, we
Yeah.
yeah.
we'll accept
But you
that.
work at a bank too, so I don't know.
No,
Nah. At the moment.
no. What you said, what does it stand for? I said, there's two.
Hey, clearly you guys don't cash out enough.
I know, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, we actually
that's
don't.
it.
You
man.
get charged
That's
for
it.
cash out.
So who got the highest? Did you win that? You had the highest?
So
I had
funny.
two. Carl's had two as well.
2-2. Huh. No sudden death of them?
Yeah, maybe do a sudden death mode.
Ready? So we've got a sudden death question for Noor and Carlos. Really happy for you guys. This is based around tourism. So which country receives the highest number of international tourists annually? You ready, Noor?
I don't know.
What if
Three,
you both get it wrong
two.
though?
One?
Good.
Yeah,
Alright.
Noor one.
No one?
Yeah.
France?
Yeah.
How?
It just was.
Carlos, I'm sorry, mate.
Paris or every romantic.
Well, I heard Paris is trash.
It is.
But everyone
think
still wants to
people-
go there to
yeah.
find
But
out.
people
That's
still
actually
want to
going to
find
find
out that
out
it's not that
yourself.
great
Oh, my
themselves.
days.
So
What did you
sorry.
I put Japan.
That's a good shout. But
I feel like everyone goes to Japan, no?
I think it's the people around you. Everyone talks about it, but I don't know.
I know people that went to Japan.
France is still a little bit
Korea.
more central, also from
exactly.
around the world as well, too. Gotta think
oh
about
my
that.
god, you went to Japan, and
Bro,
you
I was-
loved it.
now
and
I
you had
wanna
a
go into
good, like you had a cool way of going about it. Like you made friends there. And
Yeah.
Bro,
I
Divina
remember
does
you
this
talking about
every holiday. Like, every
Also,
trip.
I really want to go to the Philippines, so
Go, please.
help us figure that out. We've been talking about
Yeah,
Many
we
times,
actually
yeah.
have,
been talking about this.
Yeah,
many
yeah.
times.
Well, I'm going next week, so y'all can.
long you
decide.
going?
So we have a week
So
to figure it out.
yeah. 1 week to get everything together.
No worries. It's actually possible, but
I can do it.
Do it. Seriously.
Okay.
How long are you going for?
We're going for 2 weeks. So I'm going to my hometown first to do my grandpa's birthday, but we're doing it like a charity thing there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
For his
nice.
name. Yeah, so I'm excited. Dex and Ray is coming, so
Right.
very
that's
nice.
exciting.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's proper
Yeah.
dope.
And then we're gonna go to Palawan and just do a little bit of
Pulao.
Palawan.
Palawa.
Palawan.
Oh, I've never heard of that. So, okay,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Oh, we need to run up the Philippines. Man.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember saying because on our way to
Right
Japan,
there,
yeah,
guys.
I know.
I know.
It's just,
I don't know why we
We've
haven't.
never had the right time to line up. We were meant to mid last year, weren't we? It was meant to be Indonesia to Philippines. I think we we're trying to line up. Yeah, but ended up being Thailand instead. But when we flew, because we landed in Manila.
Oh yeah, Manila
Yeah, we did.
Airport.
Yeah, okay,
Wow.
sort that out. My goodness. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
Talk to whoever.
Listen,
But look, like
we
I'm
have
three
also
the
words.
same
saying this
complaints.
as
Our people have the same complaints. The security things is just so
like
it doesn't
opening
make
the
sense.
bag when
Yeah,
it's in
man.
transit.
Yo,
is
fam,
wild.
opening the main luggage bag.
Yeah.
Not your hand luggage.
the
Open up
main
the
luggage.
Like
whoopty.
bringing it down from the plane, bringing it in,
Slap
then sending
it.
it. Hey, can you just check that
Like-
that's your bag?
And then you get a little sticker. Yeah, nah.
It literally does not make sense to me. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was the carpet for me. It was carpet.
Yeah.
Carpet is what got me spun.
Carpet?
There was carpet, man.
was
Why's the
carpet the
carpet
whole
in
way
the airport?
through.
I'm not a fan of carpet.
Yeah.
In the airport, give me tiles or concrete. I need concrete, man. Epoxy flooring, please. But
Yeah.
all of that to say, I think it was on the way. I don't know if remember it was on the way. Yeah, maybe on the way. It was on the way back. Flying over Manila, I was like, this city looks vibes. This looks super dope.
beautiful.
It was just lit up and active because it might have been maybe a 1 a.m. or something on the way back. I was like, this is nice. We need to come back. Like, we have to come
You
back.
guys have to go
Yeah,
for sure. For sure.
okay, right.
I mean, if you guys went to Thailand, did you enjoy Thailand?
Yeah, I've been there
I did,
before,
yeah.
but I think we enjoyed it. It was chill.
Thailand gets
Yeah.
boring, like especially where were we?
Phuket.
Phuket. Like it gets a little boring after a while.
Bangkok would have been
Like
probably
it
nice
just
to
it's
do a bit.
continuously the main strip and
Yeah.
Pretty much. Maybe if you
That
go like more
was-
resort style, whatnot,
yeah.
it's a bit more fun, I guess. But yeah,
I mean, I've been to Phuket a couple of times now, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, nah, this is not it. I'm not coming back to
Yeah.
it's very hedonistic.
Yeah, and that also, as well as they keep thinking that I'm a freaking sex worker,
Oh,
a
God.
Thai sex worker. And I'm just like, brother.
Okay, can I be honest? Can you blame people? Like, no, I'm not like objective. It's just like I would also not be able to distinguish necessarily.
Do I look Thai to you?
Like, okay,
You don't not look
I did, okay, yeah, I guess. But then as
But
soon
I can
as
see how that's annoying
Yeah.
for you. Like, no,
Like,
I'm not.
old
I'm
men
not a sex
just-
worker. I'm here to buy them.
No,
What? I don't know.
What's going on?
He's projecting. He's
I don't know.
projecting. He's projecting,
How do we
guys.
get here? You here to buy them?
Oh my days.
yeah.
Nah,
Philippines.
you've traveled. I think last year you traveled quite a bit, right? You did Europe as well too, or am I tripping
What
out?
did I do last year?
Were you in Barcelona at one point as well? Yeah, you did
okay,
go.
yeah, I
saw.
did. I did
Wait, hold
quite
on.
a bit.
Also,
Hold up. Marwa just goes, were you in Barcelona? As if she doesn't know the answer because that's the most specific thing you can ask.
I was meant to say, weren't you in Barcelona? But yeah. Yes.
I did.
yes.
I forgot I did Europe. Yeah, we did like a whole ass just road trip down all of the
yeah,
wow.
okay.
countries.
Yeah.
that's all like easily accessible in
Yeah,
the car.
yeah.
But that's what's great about Europe is that like I visited freaking 11 countries in like
Oh,
Just
so
driving
nice.
through. Yeah.
How easy it is to just
Yeah.
bounce
Wow,
between
yeah.
countries.
That's sick.
dead ass. I was
It's
like,
so
wow,
good.
this is why y'all are so happy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and they
real.
value that it's so backwards there. My sister was telling me they're like, we don't
True, your sister lives in
Yeah.
Spain, is it right?
Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Switzerland or Spain?
No, Spain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
She's like, we value your success by the amount of holidays you can take.
Right.
As
I hear
opposed
it.
to, yeah.
Because that's how I measure my success.
But
Undo.
here it's just like how how
Yeah.
much hustle can you
Yeah,
put in?
yeah.
How much,
Oh, you go
how
on
much
holiday?
hours?
Pff, not grinding enough. Like, what?
It's
You're
just
gonna
like,
leave
it's
your
always
business?
that.
Yeah.
Literally. But yeah, I was like, damn, like the air is so fresh. France, I understand why it's one of the
Most visited
most
places.
visited
Yeah,
countries.
yeah, for sure. Barcelona is one of my favorite cities. It's just so much fun.
It looks beautiful.
Everything there is just fun. The people are incredible in Spain. Economy's finished.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's because of the way they live. Like they're just like,
Just c'est la vie, it's fine. Like
yeah, like it's
Facts.
in, like I'm not here to like
Yeah.
break my back working. At 12 o'clock, the restaurant is closed.
correct.
It's like that's lunchtime.
piazza.
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, we take a break.
They just be chilling. Like the
That's
streets are full of people that's just chilling.
Yeah, it's
Coffee
I'm
in the
like,
square,
y'all-
man.
What can y'all be doing right now? Nah, it's fucked up, you know.
You,
It is
you,
what it is.
you have the most interesting experiences that happen to you while you're traveling as well.
Oh
Though.
my God.
And it makes me wonder that it's you, like you're the problem. Yeah,
I like to say that I'm bad luck, but at the same time, good luck.
exactly. It
'Cause
doesn't make sense.
The way, oh my God, the way my
doesn't make
phone
sense.
literally fell from the mountains. Like literally, like it fell off.
Bro, you didn't see this whole
fell
saga.
out.
Oh my goodness.
This thing
The
killed
whole,
me.
oh my God. So it slipped out of my pocket because it had a zipper. But then I
Yeah.
was too busy taking a photo for my sister and her husband kissing or whatever. Anyways, and then it slipped.
See what love does?
Like literally, like the little crack, yeah, it slipped off, and I was like, my pocket feels lighter, and I was like to her, I was like, my phone is gone. It's like gone. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it fell
Off the mountain.
down there, and I looked over, and I'm like, wait, that's it right there. Like it was stuck
see it.
in this tiny little crevice, and I'm like halfway down. I'm like, how the f- did that? How the heck does that even?
Because it
happen?
literally could have
You
just
think, yeah, you
gone
could like
over.
hit something and then like
bounce off or
bounce
something.
off.
Yeah.
No. And then I asked the guy, like, what is it called? I asked the
Like the
security
guides
people,
or
like
the-
the
yeah,
guides.
yeah.
And my sister's like, they're not gonna get it. Like, no one's gonna just go down there to
A
get your
mountain.
phone, put themselves in danger. But I'm like, I think you're just asking the wrong way, or you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
So I was like, and she's like, no, we've never done that before. We've never, no one has ever been able to do that.
Yeah.
Because one, safety, and like who in the right mind, right? But I'm like, how do you guys clean the edges? Surely there's a process. Like people drop bottles. Like surely y'all clean this place.
This is crazy.
Right? So I was like, can you ask your supervisor Or can I speak to your
Not the
supervisor?
carrot.
Speak to the manager.
Bro, I was like,
She needs
that is
the
my phone.
Yeah,
My livelihood.
Yes,
That's the way
like,
I'm gonna connect.
course.
I don't think we realize how attached
Yeah,
to these
dude.
phones are
Yeah.
for good reasons sometimes.
Exactly.
Like Max on mine 4, I'm jumping with it. Come here.
I'm going with you.
Yeah. But one thing I've noticed about me is that like you just gotta ask the right person.
Yeah.
And ask it the right way. My business partner actually made fun about me. Last night he was like, "This is how you ask." So like, can I just? You gotta put it at a riz. I asked the lady, and the lady said straight no. I asked the guy.
And he said, yeah.
Yes,
Said,
anytime.
wow.
I'll do it right now. Where is it?
Wow.
Safety on, bro.
Holding on one hand on the mountain. Nah, he found another face. He says, "This." She said no. He said, "Okay."
Came back with a rose somehow. What's going on here, bro?
How'd you get the rose, bro?
Nah.
No, but like he was solution focused for me. I was
We love it. We love it.
dude, yeah. So I was so fucking
love
thrilled.
that.
So he got this guy to come and like
So
do
crazy.
the whole rope thing, and they were like
wow.
doing the whole tandem
Goodness
thing.
me.
And you have to
Yeah.
pay nothing yourself.
No, that's
Okay.
the craziest part. I was like, wow. And then
Wow.
the girl was like, this in the history of this mountain
This
thing
never happened.
existing, this has never happened before. Nor have we ever put effort into getting someone's phone.
Wow.
I was like, wow,
Thank you.
I was like, I gave the guy a hug and they took a selfie with my phone. It was a whole thing. And
wow.
then after that, he kept messaging me on Instagram, being like, when are you coming back? When are you coming
Hey.
back? I was just like,
Can't lie.
Mountain.
He deserves whatever he was asking.
Nah, man.
I wish I would
Put his life on danger.
He
Oh my-
didn't. Some other guy did.
Someone
He's
else.
just he's the
Connected
connector.
dots.
He's the connector. Connector doesn't get that much
Not
love.
that
man.
fair, not that fair, the other one.
Yeah, nah. Dang, you lost hard drives or something
Oh
as well
my
on
God.
holiday
You
lost
too.
a hard
Like,
drive?
Also,
All the
that's
11
stars from
countries.
holiday, isn't it?
yes, you
yeah.
injured. Yo, see what I'm saying, man.
Not the Europe. This is from Philippines.
Yeah.
Because I literally, I didn't know how to drive. Well, it's been a while since I've driven a motorbike. And I was like, I'm on an island. I'm in Philippines. Every single person literally drives
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
motorcycle here. I'm not walking.
Yeah, you forget that like you don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
You don't know how it
You're
The
runs.
visiting.
traffic and just, man, I'm like, it's like riding a bike. It's fine. Like, da-da-da-da. Anyways.
So you have to hit a lean with it.
Bro. And
Nah.
what made it worse is that like I had the one friend that I made in Philippines, because I was like so open to making friends. The one friend that I made, I brought her with me,
Lord.
and we both crashed. She landed in my head. I had a concussion and everything, and then she didn't want to hang out with me after that.
She said you're bad luck.
Are you free tonight?
No, I'm actually back in my country. Thank you.
Wow.
Goodness.
On to the
Yeah.
next, bro. That's
It
it.
was a funny one, that one. And then in France, we did paragliding. In like obviously in France, the paragliding in Chamonix. I ended up vomiting midair, so that was another thing.
Can I ask, did it
Chillin'.
feel a little bit
Free?
like I would imagine that feels like when a bird's taking a shit in the air.
And they just
It's
release.
just like
Did the wind blow it back in your
Yeah.
no, okay.
okay,
The guy,
okay.
no, thank God, but the guy had processes in place.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna.
This is the process. Just push your face.
He's like, he asked me, he's like, do you get nauseous? I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. It's fine. I'm good. And then he's like, okay, have you ever had, what are they called? What's the word for it?
Motion sickness?
Yeah, motion
right.
sickness. Have you ever had motion sickness? I was like, yeah, when I was little, but I'm good now. Like, I
I'm
drive
now.
a car, all of this stuff. And then he's like, okay. So he had the vomit bag already ready for me. He kept asking me every 2 minutes. I'm just like,
You good?
good.
Oui. Nah.
And then as we went on, I couldn't even finish the whole
wow.
like 15 minutes we were supposed to be up there.
Goodness, man.
Yeah.
Do you like
Embarrassing.
like the thrill stuff, like bungee jumping,
Oh,
skydiving,
yeah.
all that?
Yeah.
Done skydiving?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
That was the most freeing thing ever.
Oh, don't do
Wow.
that. Don't do that because she's gonna get.
Yeah,
she's,
I'm
oh,
waiting to
No.
do
Oh, no way.
Really?
I love that you said that.
Most
I will.
freeing thing,
I
huh?
will.
Why?
Sure.
Would we,
So
why did you
Where'd
come
you do
on
it?
this
Was
show?
it here or on holiday?
In Turkey.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
My sister.
More wind! Oh my gosh, that's the windiest place in
place.
Victoria. I swear.
It was so good because like as you go up, you start to realize just just how this is so close to death, but this is so cool to me.
Legit.
Like, but at the same time, it's also like that. There's like a 3-second window of just tandem, pure flow.
Yeah.
That you just forget that I'm just a human, and all of my problems is down there, and literally it could end right now, but this is just pure joy.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that was.
And now you
cool.
go
That was
after
just-
life chasing that constantly. See, guys, it's not worth it. Like,
Nah, I think I chased that in
once.
different parts. I think I chased that more in business. I'm like, yeah, let's close this client. He said no. He spoke to the wrong person. Let's go.
oh my gosh.
Wow,
Damn.
wow,
That's, I think I love when people travel, but then make the most of the trips as well.
Yeah.
Like make the most of the
Like,
experience.
adventures.
Man. Oh, like
Yeah.
really
It's
just
hard
tap
for
in,
me
man.
to do that now because
Right.
I'm always tapped into my phone and trying to do things, you know? So it's gonna be a challenge for this specific trip for Philippines to be present, one, and also two, to realize that like, oh my God, I could do other things and
Yeah.
I'm actually allowed to.
So
Enjoy myself.
you'll learn to do this thing where like you travel and set time to work while you're on travel.
Yeah.
And it's actually really nice because it makes you go, wow, I can travel more than I thought I could.
Yeah.
Right. I remember when we were in
Japan,
and
yeah.
like one
All
morning,
three of us.
yeah, all of us just like, I think Daniel was on laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had done like finished a website that morning and someone else was doing something and like everyone was doing stuff. And then we were like, all right, and now time to go for activities. And we were like, oh, this is so optimal. Like I'm in Japan and working,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not working really.
That's hilarious.
But it's like, but things are getting done. No one feels like I'm
Yeah.
not paying attention to them, whatnot. But it's really nice that kind of like when you get to that flow almost, it's like it's
For
great.
sure, for sure. I need to find that balance. I think mainly because the one thing that being agency owner is that you're dealing with like multiple
Yes.
like our client list now is it's quite high that like having to manage every single
Yeah.
one.
It's a lot of
And
expectations.
Each one has different expectations
Yeah.
and different things that they require, and that hence why I'm very like focused on trying to get my systems done, and then like everybody being so automated so that they don't have to
for
check
sure.
with me for literally every single
Everything,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a funny dance just because the business is 5 months old. It's quite young. It's still in it's in an infancy stage. So I don't think it's good for me to travel like right now. But at the same time, it's like I need to, and it's also gonna put a test on the systems that I've actually put in place. So it's seeing
good.
if I've done the right thing. So we'll see.
That's nice. Any other trips coming up for the rest of the year after that? Plans?
I'm hoping to go to Japan.
Yeah.
That's like a must.
It's such a
I
great
feel.
place.
Goodness me,
Yeah.
man.
Like it's such a beautiful, beautiful place. The last time I went, I didn't plan it at all because I was like, let me just add that to my list of countries that I've been to in the 2023.
Yeah. Guess like that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've traveled how many countries? Let me just add another one.
Yeah.
When in 2023 were you there?
Wouldn't have been this.
And like December.
Oh, right before, right
So
after
we went
us.
October.
We went November.
Yeah.
Yeah, December. It was freezing.
Really, yeah.
Oh
Okay,
my
yeah.
God. Like
It was
the
getting
air
colder,
is
to be honest.
just crisp.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
proper crisp. But yeah, I didn't plan it at all. I was just like walking around everywhere. I didn't even know how to get like internet. I was like, how like going from place to place just to get Wi-Fi. And then I was like, is there like a SIM card system in here? It was just not it. But yeah, I think this time around, I'm definitely gonna have to plan it a little bit more and
it's a
align it
beautiful
with certain
place, man.
things like with spring. With this,
I went in
Cherry blossoms and
yeah,
that.
yeah.
August last year as well. I took my dad, and it was actually warm.
beautiful.
Like it got really hot some of the days and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah. So
When
it's
is
like
spring?
It's probably similar to us, I'd say, for the. Oh, but then
I
that
don't
was
know, it depends what
we're in
hemisphere they're
November.
in.
Yeah, so maybe it is around just before August. I think it's March.
Oh.
I'm talking nonsense, man. personally.
You just make it.
I'm
Because
a-
in
I'm a- I'll let you
December,
run with
it's
it.
like winter there.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
opposite.
I think they're normal. I think they're normal with the rest of.
similar to us.
Yeah, they're northern hemisphere, so that would make
Yeah.
sense. They run on northern hemisphere
So March.
things. Yeah, I don't know.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy solo travel?
I love solo travel for sure, for sure. I think it's because it allows me to just like step out and just see what's possible.
Meet people.
I feel like Japan is a good place to solo travel. Some places feel a bit. I don't know how to
Feel like
explain
you
it.
be with people kind of thing.
Like I don't know. Would Philippines be a good place to solo travel? Not really.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Because I feel like with countries like Philippines, there's so many other people that's traveling there to
right.
just like discover and to explore, and it's such a tropical country, and you can trust that our people is going to be kind to you.
Yeah.
You know? I
True.
mean, the pricing of taxis. You gotta watch out for this for sure. Nah, they
let 'em have
really
it.
be like 5x their usual
Oh wow.
amount. But
Shout out to Unc, man. Make a come up.
Yeah, I like
Make a come up, bro. What's brother in Philippines again, man? No, it's not Kuya. What's brother? In Tagalog, sorry.
brother.
Yeah.
Kuya, yeah.
Oh, it's Kuya. Okay, yeah. Shout out to my Kuya, you know what I mean? Let Kuya get that money, man.
Don't make
Yeah, but
me
that's
stop
how you feel.
swearing.
But
Look at
imagine
that.
more.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man,
Hey,
get
too many
me some
Kuyas,
money.
man.
Get me some money.
Yeah. Nah, that's proper. That's proper.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're excited to see. I mean, where the business continues to like grow and develop, and I think it's dope. Even for you, like aside from the business, there's obviously a personal branding element that comes with that too.
Yeah.
That I'm sure is maybe not necessarily the main focus now, but you still exist in that realm, you know. So
Absolutely.
excited to see what comes out of that.
That's the type of people that I want to obviously like I guess magnetize like
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's where we're trying to head to, right?
Got
We've got
you.
like 3 clients now who are like giants in their respective
That's it.
industries that like I need to prove that I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The only way to do that is to do that for myself,
yeah.
you know?
Facts.
And again, with the industries leading to where they're going in regards to the way people buy they buy from people they trust, right? And if they don't like who's representing the actual company, they're not gonna trust that, you know? So I know honing into our own personal branding will only just attract better clients because they already trust that they like the person that we are and they like what we represent.
There's proof
So
of
it only
concept
makes
as well.
sense.
Like they
yeah,
can see,
exactly,
like, this is
exactly.
possible.
We don't just talk; we actually
sure.
walk the. Yeah, walk
That's exciting.
Beautiful.
Exciting times for real.
I think that's us. Thank you for joining us. You can follow Divina there, and it's in the descriptions and everything. We appreciate you guys tuning in every single week. Next week, we've also got a good guest. Actually, the next 2 weeks, we've got very good guests. This is a great lineup
banger.
of women.
Nah, he's teasing them, man.
I'm very excited about it. What's to come. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.